How many of you would like to have more energy throughout the day? Just show of hands. The rest of you too tired to raise your hand? And I come here and I run my ass off and I move my body. And if I was in a funky state before I got here, in the 20 minutes it takes me to run the summit trail and the summit loop, by the time I'm done with that, I'm feeling good. One of the core concepts that I teach is how quickly you can get energy in your body. So this is how you increase your energy and decrease stress. Very simple tools that I'm going to teach you, all right? So instead of talking about it, let's have an experience. So anytime I start to get tired, I start to just move my body like this. Because remember, everything that we do physiologically communicates something to our brain. So if I'm sitting here and I'm moving my arms, moving my hands like this, what am I telling my brain? Wake up, be alert, something's about to happen. Over the course of our life, we actually lose dopamine brain receptors, those neuron receptors that receive the chemical of dopamine. We actually lose those over the course of life. One of the things that helps rebuild those dopamine receptors is exercise. Remember, motion creates emotion. On the count of 3, I'm gonna have you pump your fist in the air, and at the top of your lungs, you're gonna yell, yes. All right, let me do a little mind reading, all right? So this is what most of you just said in your minds. I just asked you to do that. You said, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. If you've ever studied Tony Robbins and some of his work, you would learn about the Triad. And the Triad is a combination of using the power of physiology, using the power of language, and using the power of our internal focus to shift our state of being.
Kind of say Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll.
One of the concepts we always talk about is the ability to get out of a negative state of being or a low vibration or a negative energy, the ability to move out of that unresourceful state of being and into a resourceful state of being, one of high energy, one of focus, one of calm and presence. You know, that state of being where we're in our flow state and everything seems possible, where magic happens. On the count of 3, pump your fist in the air and you're gonna yell yes at the top of your lungs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, yes! All right, take a deep breath in. Look around at all the cheesy smiles. Yeah! Do you wanna know why that feels good? And you guys know this because you work with kids. Joy is our nature. Happiness, high energy is our nature. How many of you see infants, you know, that 1, 2 years old, they're just sluggish, tired, they just can't baby that day? If you want to be more productive, you need to get more energy in your body because your high priority activities and tasks require a lot of energy. And if you don't have that energy, then you won't even go after the task. You don't even try to tackle it. You'll put it aside and do something called procrastinate. What a lot of people don't realize is that whatever you're exercising and whenever you're exercising, whatever you're thinking about is enhanced because remember, motion creates emotion. And emotion has a very magnetic charge to it. And so whatever we intentionally think about with that heightened emotion enhances whatever the thought or the image or the story is. Now level 100, guys, like take the roof off of this place. Come on, move your body. Come on, move your body on the count of 3. Come on, don't be too cool. I see you out there. Don't be too cool. Huh? Don't be too cool. 1, 2, 3. Yes! All right. Woo! Feeling good? All right, everybody turn to your neighbor, give him a high five and say, don't you yell at me. So that's why it's so important to get out and move your body when you're in a stuck state because there are some thought patterns and some patterns that we go into that we can't think ourselves out of. And so instead of trying to think ourselves out of it when we can't, like, go run, go move your body.
You know, there are studies coming out of Harvard that have been out for a long time now that there are these things called power poses, that when you literally stand like a superhero for 2 minutes, it changes your biochemistry.
Do you see how powerful you are? Do you see how quickly you can take your energy from kind of a moderate state into a high peak state? So here's what you do. Anytime you're working, or maybe you got a house visit or something, you're feeling a little tired, you yawn, you just kind of excuse yourself for a moment, maybe go to the kitchen area and just kind of move your body and just say, yes! No, you don't do that. You don't do that. What you want to do is move your body more. Your body is not designed to sit for 8 hours a day. It's designed to move and shake and rattle and roll. I always tell people, take 5 minutes out of every hour and just go do some jumping jacks, right? Go for a brisk walk. Do some cross crawls, right? Do some things that are going to get your body going. Do some air punches.
We can actually just do some jumping jacks, like right here, right now. Just do some jumping jacks like this, you know, and do that for a minute, and all of a sudden, boom, we got energy in our body.
Fight or flight is a stress response. When you're in a stress response, you're releasing cortisol into your bloodstream. When you release cortisol in your bloodstream, it's great for short bursts of strength, but you can't live on it because it's like battery acid to the body. So what's the fastest way to hack out of stress and into being more present? It's breath. But the minute you start breathing, I'm going to teach you a quick technique. The minute you start breathing like this, you start taking that stress and you move out of the amygdala into your cortex, which is what we've evolved into as a species, all right? So we're going to do these breaths together. Here's how it looks. You're going to breathe in deep through your nose and mouth like this, and then you're going to billow it out through your stomach, or through your mouth. It's like, how do I breathe out of my stomach? One more. Now I want you just to kind of notice. Notice what's happening. Notice that head rush? You feel that? Two things happening right now. The blood and the oxygen are leaving the amygdala and headed to the cortex and getting you out of fight or flight and getting you into more presence and being in the moment. How many of you noticed that brief shift? I mean, the whole room just shifted. And you quiet down that monkey mind that's so hard to turn off just by doing this exercise. So how many of you are willing to do this throughout the day to condition and program relaxation into your mind versus stress? How many of you are willing to try this? It works great when you use it, and it doesn't work at all when you don't. Hey everybody, it's George Carroll. I'm here with a bunch of amazing folks from the Washington Department of Early Learning, and these awesome people have an important message for you.
It was amazing. He was high energy. He was easily relatable. He had some great tools, and we just really enjoyed him. The tools that he gave us, we're going to take away and use it as we get ready to experience an expansion and growth in our organization.